Hello everyone. I would like to explain about my proposal. The title is The Classroom Management in English as Foreign Language Classroom at State Junior High School. The first thing that will be explained is about the background of the study. Nowadays, English has become an international language and one of the important subjects of education. According to Oxford Answer in 1994, foreign language is the language that learned during formal education. Classroom management is the teacher's skill to create, maintain, and restore when there is disruption in the student behavior. When there is disruption student in learning process. According to Glasser 2001, the teacher cannot control their students' behavior simply by telling them what to do, but can play important role to make choices because it leads to positive behavior changes. When the researcher did primary observation in SMP Negeri 7 Singaraja, the teaching learning process in EFL class was not successful. It can be seen that the students don't paying attention to their teacher. The students were busy with their friends, talk with each other, and some of them look bored to follow the lesson. That happened because the teacher still dominate as source information in the classroom. Based on observation, the teacher also teach a big class that is 32 students in one class. According to Caroline and Chanchan 2010, big class is the challenge that every teacher faces and really complicated. Thus, this study will be conducted to make the teacher be aware about the importance of the classroom. And the next one is about research questions. There are two research questions. The first one is, how does the EFL teacher manage students' behavior in classroom at junior high school? And the second one is, how does the EFL teacher manage a big class? How does the EFL teacher manage a big EFL classroom at state junior high school? And the next one is about research objectives. Generally, this study is to investigate the way the EFL teacher manage students' behavior and the way the EFL teacher manage a big EFL classroom at state junior high school. And for specific objective, there are two parts. The first one is to investigate the EFL teacher manage students' behavior in classroom at junior high school. And the second one is to investigate the EFL teacher manage a big EFL classroom at junior high school. Next one is research significance. Theoretically, the results of this study are expected to be useful as contribute an additional knowledge or information for the teacher. And the next one is practically significance. There are two kinds. The first one is for the teacher. The results of this study are expected to help the teacher for creating the good classroom management strategies, more interactive and interesting during the learning process. And for the student, the results of this study are expected to help the student more understand about the meaning of the setting classroom management, especially in EFL class. And for the future researcher, the result of this study is a source for the future researcher who conduct a similar research. Then, the scope of the research. This study is concerned with the EFL teacher in managing the classroom during the learning process. Next one is definition of key terms. For conceptual definition, according to Merge and Subasi 2015, classroom management is collaboration between teacher and school to create rules that are suitable on class sites used for positively behavior and increasing the student academic involvement. And according to Evans 2012, foreign language refers to leading both pre-service and in-service teacher as an usual management problem or not in other content area classroom. And for the operational definition, classroom management is a term teacher used to describe the process of ensuring that classroom lesson runs smoothly despite disruption behavior by student. And English, a foreign language in the classroom, is the issues in management that the teacher uncommon found or did not exist in other content area classrooms. And the next one is about theoretical review. The first thing that we'll explain is about English as a foreign language. According to Byrne, 1990, foreign language learning is learning the target language in a country that does not use this language as speech community. And the next one is classroom interaction. Classroom interaction is the action taken by the teacher and the student during teaching are interrelated. And next one is definition of classroom management. According to Wong and Rosemary 2001, classroom management is all the things teachers do to organize student space, time, and material so that the content of the student teaching and learning process can occur. Next one is characteristic of classroom management. According to Sanford, Emmer, and Clement, 1983, there are several characteristics of well-managed class. The first one is there is a high level of the student involvement with work, especially with academic and teacher-led instruction. The second one is the students know what is expected of them and are generally quite successful. And the third one is there is little time wasted, confusion, and disruption. Next one is the climate of the room is work-oriented but relaxed and pleasant. And then the next one is about the teacher roles in classroom management. According to Smith and Latas 2002, there are 4 rules in class management. The first one is get them, which means the way the teacher start or meeting a class. The second one is the get them out, which means the way the teacher end the meeting. And the third one is the go ahead, which means the main part of the lesson is the nature of the content. And the last one is getting along with them, which means how the teacher develop a good personal relationship with the student. And let's move to empirical review. Based on those previous researchers, the researchers were conduct about the classroom management in EFL classroom. However, in this study is only focused on how EFL teacher manage student misbehavior in a big class. And this study will be conducted in the school which is located in the suburb. And the next one about research method. Research methods. There are 7 parts that will be explained. The first one is research design. This study will use descriptive qualitative method. According to Sugiono, 2012, The qualitative method is a research method used to examine natural data and will get the real data. According to Nasaji 2015, descriptive research is the research that describe the phenomenon that a natural phenomenon and the data that will be get naturally without any intervention. The setting of this study is in SMP Negeri 7 Singaraja. The subject of this study is one teacher who teach in 8th grade student in SMP Negeri 7 Singaraja. And the object of the study is the object of the study on how EL teacher managing a classroom that will be done in 8th grade student. And next, for data collection technique. This data collection technique, the researcher use the instrument that the researcher use is the researcher, observation sheet, and interview guide. And for the researcher is the key instrument to collecting the data. And for observation sheet is the researcher will write the information that may get from the observation. And for the interview guide it is used to get more information about how the way the EL teacher managing the classroom. And for the data collection process is observation and interviewing. The next one is about data analysis technique. This data analysis technique use model from Mills and Harburn. This model includes their 3 interactive steps. Those are data reduction, data display, and draw a conclusion. And the last one is triangulation. The researcher used data triangulation to know the data are valid or reliable. Triangulation, according to Sugiono 2012, triangulation is the data collection technique that combines various data collection technique and existing data source. Well, I think that's all about my proposal. Thank you.